This is the cliff bank of the North Sulphur River. It's dry right now because we're mid-August here in Texas and it is hot. I think it's 102. Oh, nothing really. Anyways, so this is the North Sulphur River. They're going to turn it into a lake here in a little bit. I believe it's called like Bryce Hall Lake or something like that. But that's slated for 2026 is when they're going to fill that one up. So we still got like a year or so left of looking around in here before, 30 plus feet underwater. So it's kind of cool. All this stuff was Cretaceous age mud from the Intercontinental Seaway, which took place during a time when all of the glaciers were melted on Earth and basically the seas were as high as they could be, and Texas was pretty much all underwater, meaning all these big old sea creatures lived around in here. And you can find some decent sized ammonites here according to the sign, and allegedly some mosasaur bones. I got some shark teeth, some ammonites, looks like some bone fragments, and ooh, brachiopods. This whole thing's gonna be a lake here in a minute. They're filling it in. So you won't actually be able to get down into the river anymore. Which, I just drove over this bridge here. It was kind of cool because, it shows how big they're expecting it to be. I'm looking around in these cliffs and on the riverbed over here to see what I can get. So far, I found an ammonite and a whole bunch of clams. It was a pretty small ammonite though. Found the coolest one of the day so far. It's a nautiloid or an ammonite. That was pretty cool. So, that's a keeper. And he was just right there. Was not expecting to find it at all. Pulled it right off the wall. And I almost threw it actually. Then I saw it right before. It might be a nautiloid, but I'm pretty sure it's an ammonite. Although there are no suture lines, so that would be a good sign for a nautiloid. So the formation I'm in is called the Ozan formation. It's a limey clay, as you can see. It breaks pretty easily. I mean, it's just falling apart. The cliffs are, super, super weak. And it is just chock full of fossils. All marine. Looks like pretty deep ocean sort of stuff. At least what I've found so far. I mean, not super duper deep, like over in Lake Texoma where they got the giant ammonites. They got some pretty big ones here, but nothing like huge. At least not that I've seen online or anything. I haven't found any yet. I'm here for like 10 minutes. But I'm going to keep looking along the bank and fingers crossed. Lots of nodules, but most of them are empty. And there's these, what I'm thinking is limestone, but I don't have any acid to test it, that runs along up on the bank, and you can actually see it on the other side too. Way down there. And it's dipping at what looks to be, I don't know, that direction. Because way down there, I think you can see it exposed on the river surface, which is where I'm headed next. You can see the lines as they're dipping down, and then once they hit the river bottom, the river couldn't cut through them all that well, and so it kind of created the surface of the bottom of the river here. And then I think that there is a fault or something over here, because these are a lot higher than those. And there was a line that I found running back that way. That could have been it. But I'm betting there's something along in here that made those go up. Lots of these little fragmented pieces of shells over here. So, making me think there might be stuff. But I'm not finding too much at the moment. Past this, maybe it's not a limestone. I don't know. I wish I had some hydrochloric acid. It's either It's either a mud or a limestone. Might be a limey mud. I mean, that's what all this is. But, oh, here you go. That's a wasp nest. Modern day, though. I didn't end up finding too much. I'm gonna have to call it because it's getting too hot and I gotta go move my sister into college, or help her at least. So yeah, it's a pretty cool spot. Everything seems pretty fragmented, but I feel like if it was cooler out and I had more time, you could find some pretty cool stuff here, especially down that way and back a little ways. But overall, pretty good. I found the clam. I kept one of them. Let's see. It's a cast of it. You can see pattern there. It's not the actual one. This is like what filled in is left over after the shell got destroyed. But it's a lot more, you know, what's the word? Durable than the actual shells. So there we go. But I'm gonna head back because I gotta drive. So North Sulphur River, pretty good. So somebody else found this one and dug it out. But it's a pretty big ammonite, so apparently they got them here. I didn't realize they had them this big here. I found it on the way out. I was just biking back and I saw it out the corner of my eye. That's cool. I mean, that's my foot. That's a big one. Wow. Human footprint. Huh. Kind of funny. Barefoot and everything. Didn't quite get that one. Didn't fall though.